Good afternoon, good people. This is Wanadidi here, joining you from Kakamega. Excuse me, good morning, guys. If you have no idea where Kakamega is, this is a beautiful county right next to Karateng. Today I'm at a different place. I came to visit a good friend of mine who has done an incredible job, as you can see. They are a big family and they've done some really wonderful place with their old folks' home. So what's actually interesting in this property is that they live here. So in the middle here is the main house, and then on the side here is their old parents' home. Now the parents are long past, and so they've really sectioned off this property and done an incredible job. And I'm going to tell you all about it. But before we do that, please feel free to subscribe. If you enjoy the content that we share, we encourage you to subscribe. So today I've done a few series on what people do when their parents pass on. I've posted at least 2 videos on that. And when I talk to a friend of mine, she has a very different idea of what is possible after the parents passed on. So what they did, they actually built their home right next to the parents' home. As I pointed to you, right, the big one here is their house, and their parents used to live in that house. And since they are all passed, they've decided to convert this property into an incredible home slash business property. And I'm going to show you all about it. So join me in Kakamega. Let's walk around, let's take a look, and then we'll have a discussion. All right, guys, let's go. All right, guys, so if you can take a look, I took quite a few shots of this home, and it's almost impossible to package all of this in one video. So I'm probably going to do maybe 2 or 3 videos because trust me, this place is amazing. And as you can see, it's actually on a hill, and they call it Kate's Heaven. So if you're looking for maybe some kind of a short-term rental or B&B type of situation, this is one of the perfect places to check out in Kakamega. It's really located about 5 minutes from CBD, maybe 5 or even less. And the one thing I loved about this place is that you walk in and it feels like you are home. It's not a very big space, but when you walk in, it feels like you're literally home. So I'm going to walk with you through the entire interior, and in one of my subsequent videos, I'll take you outside so you can see how they've done some really good landscaping, because it's on a hill and there's some really beautiful rocks outside the property. And so what they've done is that they've sort of sectioned it off so that it's stepping from one level to another with very good grass, very good plants. And they've partitioned it in such a way that on the top part, you have the old parents' house, which is what we are walking through right now. And then in the middle section is their primary residence. And then down below, you have another section for other short-term rentals. And then at the back, at the very bottom of the hill, you have this organic garden. I'm telling you, I was so inspired walking through this friend's house. Because typically, I've visited so many friends, and many of them have homes that were built for their parents. And those homes, after people pass, people do different things. I've seen one of my friends who turned their old folks into a library and a community center. And you have to check my channel to see that. I've seen another friend of mine who, after their parents passed, they simply decided to demolish the whole thing and do something with it. And even for us right now, both of my grandparents are dead, and their home is still there. There's still some sentimental value to keeping it. So I think folks have different options when it comes to some of these homes that are really well built. If you look at this home, you'd think that somebody still lives in here. Yes, the parents are gone, but when you're walking through it, it feels like somebody lives in here. And honestly speaking, this is the cleanest B&B I've seen around here. The cleanest. You walk in and it smells really good. And thankfully for her, as I tell you, the owners live outside Kenya, but this is their home when they come to Kenya. So I believe the husband is in Kenya and the wife is also in diaspora, but more closer within Africa. So this segment where their older parents used to live has been turned into a very beautiful, very clean B&B. And so for people who have these kinds of homes and you're thinking about what to do with these homes, I think this is a perfect idea where within the same property, you have your parents' home, you have your home, then you have the organic garden on the other end. Very accessible, very affordable. So if you want to get a hold of them, I'm going to post their number on the description section below. Anybody who is anywhere near Kakamega, this is literally 5 minutes from CBD. This is some really cozy place that you can check out. But nonetheless, as I said, we build very beautiful structures in the village. And at some point, people grow old, people die. A long time ago, we used to build temporary homes made of mud and grass thatch. And for the most part, we had this tradition that when the owners die, the homes are demolished, the place is turned into maybe a shamba or something like that. But because nowadays we do something different, like this here, obviously you're not going to demolish this, or whatever you choose to do with it, you want to make sure that at least it's well maintained. I've seen a few places where after folks die, the places are really run down because when there's nobody living in there, it only takes a matter of a couple of weeks or months, and then nature begins to reclaim what belongs to it. You find plants starting to grow along the walls, mold, then the roof falls apart. Next thing you know, this entire place just becomes something else. And so I think the ideas of what we can do with these old people homes are unlimited. So this is one idea that I'm really tempted to borrow in the future when we get there. I'd be curious to see what you guys do with your old folks' homes for those of you who no longer have their parents or have their grandparents. I'd be curious to see what other ideas are out there. Because like in our case, we actually had a similar one, but not my parents' house. It is my brother's old Simba. So what we decided to do was just buy books, put in there, and then when school closed, we pay primary school teachers to come and teach kids. And it was an incredible success because on day one, we had more kids than we could actually accommodate in that small space. So that worked out too well until COVID hit. So a few things changed, but also unfortunately, we also ran into some community issues because there were people who thought that we started the project to make money using them. You know, the village can be complicated in some ways. There are people who cannot believe that you can take your own money to help their children with zero expectations. All we wanted was to give these kids an opportunity to come learn, because a lot of the kids around us who come from families that economically life is still tough have very few opportunities to access education. And so we decided that instead of just paying for school fees, we want these kids to be engaged. So we turned my brother's old Simba into a library and also a space where the kids can come and be taught. So we did that. It was wonderful. Kids came, but unfortunately, the kids, especially some of my relatives' kids, just decided not to come because at some point they decided that apparently there was some white people money that they thought we were getting to support the project. And it didn't even cost that much. The teachers were getting maybe, I would think, like maybe 300, 500 shillings a day, which in the grand scheme of things isn't too bad. So again, the things we can do with these homes are unlimited. So welcome to Kids Heaven in Kakamega. If you ever need a place to stay, they have this space here, but there's another one that I'm going to show you in the next video. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video.